My highlight has to be the one that had me in literal tears.
Everybody in the whole room is emotional, and me, I go, ooh.
He's the only puppy left, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm texting my husband like, please, I know we have 3 dogs.
I have one critique.
What's your critique? Welcome everybody to Con Culture Podcast. We are talking Anime Corpus Christi. We were there this past weekend. We had an amazing time. We're gonna kind of give our highlights of it, what we like most and what we're looking forward to. So let's get right into it. My favorite part of Anime Corpus Christi, first impression, it was a smooth process getting in. We got there right when it opened. It wasn't a super huge line. The bag check was pretty quick. If you had your badge to scan like most cons, there was a line for you. If you needed to buy tickets, there was a line for you. So they did a good job kind of getting people in. It was efficient. We got in quick. They had tables there for us to kind of set up our cameras before, because we had to meet up there. So we were waiting around, making sure everybody was there, setting up our cameras. There's a nice little dining area right at the front. So that was my first impression, that it was efficient. It was awesome. They had puppies at the entrance. So first impression, cuddly puppies.
You're taking all the highlights, sir.
No, yeah. No, that's just my first impression. I haven't even entered the con. So all that was just like before you even walk into the actual con. That's all that stuff that was there. What was your first impression, Gigi?
Kind of to like piggyback off of that, I felt like once we were actually in the con, the flow it makes sense. Everything is very well labeled. Like you knew exactly where you needed to go to enter, to exit. The con staff was very obviously in con staff attire.
Yes.
And they were knowledgeable. So it's like if you had any questions as to like where you needed to go for a panel or to go to a meet and greet, they knew exactly where to send you.
Yep.
So I always like that whenever you go to a convention and it's like, you can tell that the con has made sure that their staff is educated on the con itself.
Yes.
Because you've been to cons where it's like you get there and you're like,
you go over here.
Yeah.
Or it's over there.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't know.
I don't know. I just work here.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. And so it was just really nice. So I think that's what I really like about that convention center.
Nice.
And Daniel's cons, like they all there's a flow and a rhythm.
Definitely.
And it makes sense.
I've been to 2 and they all, so far, smooth processes, really good experience. What about you, Britt? What was your first impression getting to the con?
I'm actually going to piggyback off of you. They are so well knowledgeable that I guess there was a time misprint on some of the badges. They were like reiterating that to every single person who bought a badge or was getting their badge picked up. Like, hey, just so you know, these are the times. So, you know, I loved that. I love the very nice detailed itinerary for the showrooms of all the different panels that were out. They definitely like laid out a schedule for you where you could find things. And they even had like, you know, cosplay meetups and all that, so that they had everything you could need.
Well, and the schedule was readily available.
It was.
Like you didn't have to search for that. Like I didn't have to get on their website or their Instagram to find it.
No.
It was on all of the the screens that they had. It was everywhere, which was so great.
Yes, agreed. What about you, Trey? What were your first impressions of Anime
I'm forced
Corpus?
to piggyback because you guys took all of the
It's okay. Because when we go to highlights, you go first.
Oh, okay.
So it's going, you give and take. It's a give and take, buddy.
First impressions, this isn't obviously like, you know, like a huge con like San Diego Comic-Con
Yes.
or Dragon Con.
Yes.
So for the size of that, they were, like you said, extremely well efficient. The space of the con was very well laid out. Like when you go to some convention centers, like especially here in San Antonio, they'll do the con to Henry B and it's like they have all this space but not enough vendors or not enough areas and just like all this dead space. There was absolutely zero dead space at this con. And
I agree.
Every single hallway, the vendor halls, the ballrooms,
Yes.
very well laid out.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and it like everything felt like it had its space, but it didn't feel like it was all jam packed.
No, definitely you had a walking room. You had plenty of room to walk, plenty of room to navigate. Even had a dance floor with a DJ. So that was cool.
And even like the actual walkways down all the alleys, like to visit all the vendors, those were big enough because inevitably you're gonna get stopped.
Yes.
As a cosplayer, you're gonna get stopped to take photos. And it's big enough that people could be stopped to take photos and you could easily walk around them and not be bumping into tables or be bumping into other things.
One of my biggest pet peeves at the con, like where you see a bunch of friends, like, oh, hey, and they're talking, it's like, you don't want to be rude, like, hey, quit talking to your friends. But I need to get to that vendor.
Move. I'm trying to buy this print. If you don't move,
I got a photo op. Get out of the way.
Yeah, especially if it's time sensitive, like a photo op, you really got to get a little rude almost at that point. But yeah, no, it was a great layout. But what about highlights, Trey? What was your standout highlight, a personal highlight, or something that you took from Anime Corpus Christi that would get you to go back next year?
Again, it's the small con vibes, but it's 100% worth the drive down there, because not only do you get this wonderful like shoreline drive of the beach right there at the con, but all just the community that's there, you feel it. Like, these people know each other outside of the con.
Yes.
Everybody knows each other, and it's just like, it's a big family.
Brittany and I were saying that on the way here, that it's like, what I like about these smaller cons is you're seeing the same people over and over, even from one con to another. You're
Y'all
seeing
got stopped several times, like, I recognize y'all at Con
Yeah,
podcast,
and then we were
Corpus Christi Comic
yes,
Con.
yes, and it's so nice, because that's how you build a community.
Oh,
yes.
Because you go to these smaller conventions where you're seeing the same faces, not only from day to day, but from con to con, and it's just fun, and I liked seeing.
You want to go back and see your Corpus friends.
Yes, definitely. Shout out to Burrito Bowl Cosplay, by the way, running in and saying hi. What about you, Brittany? What was a highlight that stood out Anime Corpus for you?
It's because it is such a smaller community, you do see people again, and so it was cool to watch the cosplay contest the second time around, seeing cosplayers, that I saw compete the year like at Corpus Christi during the summer, and seeing their cosplays that they brought to this and seeing them compete again. And I was just like, oh, like, I remember you, like, go, like, like, I loved seeing them and seeing their creativity and seeing how people change and grow in their own cosplays and their own work. I just love seeing a growth in the community.
Right, well, and seeing that they're using different aspects of their craft, like not just sticking with the same thing, they're really working with different, like,
Materials.
and doing different things. That was really cool. Are you thinking about Kelsey Bree cosplay? Yeah, me too. She's so cool.
She was really cool.
So what were your highlights of Anime Corpus?
So mine is like mine's very specific. So whenever we got there on Saturday morning, there were the puppies lined up, and it was Corpus Christi Animal Care.
Yes.
It's a rescue for, I don't know if they do dogs and cats, but I know for sure they do dogs.
Adorable dogs.
Yes, so we walk up and there's these 3 little puppies, and they're so cute. And there's this one puppy that just drew me. Like there was something about a little brown puppy. He was the cutest
those
thing.
Eyes.
Just lying there, so smushy.
Right, and so I was like, oh, they're so cute. And so we're going about doing our thing, and then it's the end of the con, and they're packing up on day 2, and this one little brown puppy is the only one that's still there. And I asked them, did the other ones get adopted? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, what
about him?
What about him? And what's his name? And his name is Asterion, Baldur's Gate 3, which I love Baldur's Gate 3. And I was like, okay. And then I'm looking at this little puppy face. I'm like, you're gonna get adopted tomorrow. You're gonna get adopted tomorrow. Like, I swear you are. And they're like, okay. Then we get there the next day. It's the same thing. They have the puppies. A little Asterion is there, and I was looking at him, and I'm petting him, and we're going throughout the day. He's the only puppy left, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm texting my husband like, please, I know we have 3 dogs, but please.
Just one more.
He's sitting with the Sarah McLachlan eyes.
He's a good boy.
And I'm like looking at this puppy, and he's so, like, he just looks
chill.
so scared.
Just laying there.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And then we were leaving on Sunday, towards the end of the day, and we walk up, and he's gone. And I asked them, did Asterion get adopted? And they're like, he just got adopted. And I just full on cried, because it just makes me so happy to see, these people that are just giving all of themselves to these animals that, don't have anything.
Yes.
And I'm so happy. So whoever adopted Asterion, they actually got a picture of the couple that adopted him. I thank y'all for adopting that precious little puppy, and please love him.
Didn't he also cosplay in our video?
He did.
He did. He's gonna make
He'll make a cosplay. Little Jafar will make a cosplay appearance.
So yes,
Awesome.
that was probably the highlight for me, knowing that all of the dogs they brought to that con got adopted.
That's amazing.
And
And
cosplaying.
Yes.
that is Anime Corpus. That's Corpus Christi in general. Both the summer show and the fall have that vibe. It's just caring. It's awesome. It's welcoming. It's inclusive.
It's a warm community.
It very much so is a warm community. My highlight has to be the one that had me in literal tears.
Oh no.
Oh, here we go.
Crying my eyes out.
We're cutting onions.
For the panel, we had a live performance, and when I tell you I was broken in half when he started the saddest song, and that violin hit those first few notes, boom, tears. So if you know Naruto, you know like the saddest song. And every one of those songs, I was just entranced with that whole performance. This con did a great job putting on a good, diverse group of panels, but that live performance, man.
The string player gamer.
Yes. He was just awesome. I wanted to stay for the whole performance, but after that one, like my eyes were puffy.
Can we talk about that performance though? Poor Gigi sends a message already knowing Juan gonna get emotional.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, are you okay? And I look over and I kid you not.
You got a photo, didn't you?
I did get a photo.
I'll put the photo here. I'll put it up in the
right
podcast.
Okay.
I
look over and this is what I see, and I mean to tell you this, everybody in the whole room is emotional, and me, I go, ooh. And I'm like, oh, don't laugh. And the guy's like, I'm like direct eyesight. I'm like, don't laugh during his saddest song. And I'm like, stop crying.
Hell no.
I'm like, no, he is not okay.
I am not okay. I was not okay. I was torn in half.
But that just shows you what a beautiful performance it was, because you felt it.
The string player gamer, if you don't follow him, follow him.
We followed him instantly on Twitch,
on everything.
YouTube. We went and followed everything of his. We
Instagram.
got video of his performance, so we'll be putting that in there. Oh,
he was fantastic.
100%. I hope he enjoyed his time here. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. Yes.
Hope to see
We're going to
back.
see him on YouTube and on Twitch. He's been all over my shorts feed, all over it. So 100% love that. That's going to be my highlight. And just to kind of bring it around to wrap it up, looking forward now towards the future, I am excited. I have been to 2 Corpus Christi events. Daniel does not disappoint, at least from a crowd perspective, a fan perspective. I know what I'm getting into. I'm not going to a Comic Palooza. It's not a, Fan Expo Dallas. It's not a superhero Comic Con. It's not of that scale. But like Brittany said, it's a nice community of awesome, welcoming people. It's a great show, good, diverse talent, good, diverse vendors. So I spent about $200 at the show.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, easily spent I think I spent like $130 on one booth. And then the authors that were there, I love the authors. Mary Flint will be showing those interviews that we got with great authors, great illustrators. So yeah, I'm excited for the future. I am in. I don't even need to see a lineup. I don't need to know what's going on. I'm going to be at Corpus.
If Daniel's name is attached to it, best believe con culture is rolling up in there.
Exactly. We'll be there. Daniel Benavides and the whole team. Y'all did an amazing job. Knocked it out the park. That's my thoughts. What are your final thoughts, Gigi?
I just got super hyped because I cannot wait. I mean, like, if they'll have us, I will go. If they'll have us, I will go. I will pay my ticket. I literally don't care. I did.
I bought my wife's ticket. I paid full price. I know he's such a sweet guy. If I would have messaged him, he did it before. He gave me a ticket. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to support the show.
Yes.
So I paid full price for a 3-day pass, and I feel like I got my money's worth. It was awesome.
Easily. It's I can't wait. This is the con that I look forward to every year. Both Corpus Christi and Anime
Corpus.
They're great. What about you, Britt? What are your thoughts going forward? Any critiques, anything?
Absolutely no critiques. Daniel puts on a wonderful show with a great, warming community and very knowledgeable and friendly staff in a beautiful location. I mean, what's not
that
to
second floor
literally
view?
love about that con? Literally. And what an Anime Corpus, we did One Piece cosplays. The beach is literally right there. Like, we walk out the front door and ocean. And I mean, you can't get a better view at a con. Can't get a better view. So 10
and we stayed in a great hotel too that was right on the beach. Like, you walk out of the lobby and you're in the sand.
Yep.
Like, it's awesome. The Lexington's there. It's just amazing. What about you, Trey? What are your final thoughts, your takeaways?
I have one critique.
What's your critique?
Daniel, do more shows.
Normally it's the opposite, right? Normally it's like, do we really need more?
Yeah, please.
Just keep them coming, man. We'll be at whatever you got going on. We will make the trek. But yeah, continue, Trey. More shows? Is that the only?
More shows. I mean, it's like, if you're like, it's worth the drive going down there. 1,000%.
Yes.
You won't regret it.
Yeah, make it a friends trip. Get a group of people. Trust me, you'll get the awesome road trip experience. And then once you're down there, you and the squad, doing everything together. We had a blast.
It's
And there's
short,
so much to do, even if like
Mm-hmm.
say you can't like do the con all the days. Like literally, there's tons of other things to do as
Just
well.
in
There's a
that
coffee
area.
place around
yeah.
the corner or
Treat?
something.
No treat.
Treat?
So we're going right
No
now,
treat.
right? we're going right now. I think we can make it by close. Just saying.
If we take off right now, we should
Right
be
now,
able to
okay,
get
I'm
there.
leaving for
Yes.
the coffee mug.
All right, that's
So
a wrap.
yes, that's the end of the review of Anime Corpus Christi because Gigi's gonna want to get to the. I don't even.
She's
know
going
the
back.
Name of the, place.
The coffee
On
mug!
yes, I was gonna say it's on the tip of my tongue, but she can't help it. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to Anime Corpus, the whole team. Daniel, y'all were amazing.
Corpus.
Yes, we'll see you this summer. We're out.
Bye!